Hotfix. I'm your host, Smooth Operative, and you are watching Time Capsule. It's the show where we travel back in time to your favorite years in gaming and showcase awesome speedruns of games released in the same year. Tonight is our final episode of Time Capsule, and so I thought we'd have a bit of fun with remasters of some of my favorite games originally released in 1997. Featuring 2017's Crash Bandicoot 2 off of the Insane Trilogy, and later I'll show everybody what I've been working on in Tomb Raider 2 Secrets from the 2024 Remastered Collection. But of course, before we begin, let's cover those announcements. First off, GDQ 2025 will be live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, January 5th through the 12th. Registration and hotel booking are now open. You can visit gamesdonequick.com and check the GDQ 2025 important dates section to learn more about that. UBIF is also returning as GDQ's first Black charity event, Back to Black, which will be live February 7th through the 9th. Run submissions are open from now until November 5th, and you can go to submissions.gamesdonequick.com for more info. Games Done Quick is also hiring. We are looking for an event programming lead that will be responsible for the 10,000-foot view of our mainline event schedules. So if you're interested or know somebody that might be, head on over to gamesdonequick.com/jobs and make sure to apply before November 2nd. Okay, with all of that said, I'm ready to see Crash Bandicoot 2 get absolutely destroyed by our first runner tonight. So please welcome GaffeyTaffy.
Thank you. I hear the metaphorical claps going on in my head anyway. And I am so excited to show this off and just thankful to be here. This is definitely one of my favorite games of all time, despite what some other Crash NST runners may say. Crash 2 is definitely the best. There's no contest. And I am joined with two of the greats, NST's own Murcaz.
Hello.
And HammerHeadLabs, which I will definitely let you guys introduce yourself once we get started here.
Sounds good.
Hello.
Hello.
I just don't know what to say. Just hello is fun.
You're doing great, and I love you for it. But is everybody feeling about ready?
Oh, yeah. Ready when you are.
Yep.
Hammer, would you want to give us a 3, 2, a countdown? I won't take that from you two.
Okay. All right. You ready in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Let's do this thing.
Let's go. Good luck.
Let's go. You got this.
So Tippy said it. I couldn't say it any better myself. This is the remake of the original game, which came out in 1997. And this is the most pure platformer while also having some speed to it. And it's kind of why I was drawn to it. And so we're going to go into Turtle Woods here, which is the first of 25 levels. Each one, it's important that we grab the crystal so that way we can progress to the boss fights and move up a floor to go on to do 5 more levels and do another boss fight. The cool thing about this run is, although it is, yes, you can jump, you can walk, you can slide, and you can spin. Walking is about this fast. Sliding is a little bit faster. And if you spin at the end of it, oh, there's no cooldown to your slide. Well, then some cool people found out that if you do a slide spin jump onto an elevated surface, you go really fast. And then it's a chained rhythm to keep it together, conventionally called a hob slide for marathon purposes and just runs that people may not have seen it. I'll call it like a super slide spin because I feel like that's just apt. But yeah, Murcaz might know some more like why this happens or something to that effect.
First of all, you can't take the Hobbs name out of the Hobbs slide. That's just rude. Hey, we gotta pay our respects to the man himself.
You might be like, well, why the heck is it called that? I don't see any hogs anywhere.
Yeah, hog slide. No, so there was a theory. I don't know if this is true or not. That it's the falling speed because you're still like in the slanted like crash slide spin animation when you land, so that causes it. So when you keep it chained, like you have to keep it chained if you are too slow with your R1 or circle input, whatever you use to slide, or if you're too fast, then you're gonna break it and you need another standard surface. Jesus, English is not my first language. No, so that is the main speed tech. Then we also have double slides, which you will see.
Oh yeah, I
soon.
love me some double slides.
And you saw Gaffey just got a mask form, and that will be used in cases where usually you can go through like stacks of boxes or avoid obstacles that would damage you for speed efforts. A lot of the times you will see Gaffey get hit or use the mask to make sure that he doesn't get this mask in the bad spaces, because there are places where it loses you time because you have to watch an animation. Like this one. So that is a good example. Yeah, I think I've said most of what I wanted to say about like the general movement. Oh yeah, double slide is just press slide twice when you land. It's like pretty, I don't know how many frames it is, but it's pretty rough. It's not always the easiest tech to pull off.
So I do like to call out that specific section there right at the snow part. It just feels, there's so many little parts of this that just feel so smooth. Like you'll jump over a hole and then you get a double slide into a perfect little ramp for a hob slide. And it's like, ooh, I'm schmoovin' and grooving.
Nice.
Yeah, there's really cool like combos you can do with that. Basically, like jumps into double slides into hob slides, and it looks so smooth. But in theory, like you're pressing a lot of buttons, and like the timing is correct on all of that. So that's actually a lot more impressive than it looks.
Is it hard to get the timing down for it?
Yes.
Yes. It took me
Straight
so
up,
long.
okay.
When I was learning this game, I thought about dropping it because I'm like, I'm just losing so much time. I keep dropping this. I'm not having fun. And Runner who's no longer playing this game just was like, it comes with time, and told me to be patient. I'm so glad, because like when you finally do get it, it's so rewarding. And then you get to a high enough level, you're like, I shouldn't have dropped that, and you start hating it again. But that's the full circle.
Yeah,
I feel like it's just one of those where you will have absolutely zero success, and then it just like clicks.
Yeah,
and
it'll
then
click,
yeah, exactly. And it just feels so good when it clicks.
Yeah. Also, streamer, you missed a gem.
Oh, I missed a gem. We like poverty routing, since if you do collect the gem, you have to talk to Brio, and he tells you, actually, we're going to save the day if you get all the gems. And Crash doesn't like to be happy, I guess. So it's faster to not get them. We don't like extra cutscenes.
Don't like to be happy. Very cynical on this show.
Exactly. Can't
Only
you tell
playing
we're
the best
all having
games.
a terrible time?
Yeah. I also think one thing to be noted about hop slide is that there are a lot of, you don't have to just do it on like one of these slopes or like a really high elevated surface. There's like little like parts of like the geometry on the side that you can like initiate one off of, like Gaffey just did there. Or even just
timing.
like if the ground dips a little bit. If the ground dips a little bit, you can actually get it on like the little, when it comes back up.
Which big shout outs to Casually Clutching, who, after we kind of thought that this category was dead, just came in and was like, actually, what if we just did all this? And I swear he made up these hob slides. I still am not sure if he's cheating or not, but not really. He's a long time runner, but
How
it
recent?
really
are we
makes the
talking?
whole game look within the last year, right? Since he
wow.
kind of transitioned, Murcaz, to C2.
I would
and stuff.
say the last 2 years he managed to ruin all 3 games. So yeah, that's really enjoyed having him around. I love clutching, but the damage he's done to Crash 1 and 3 is absolutely
Irreparable.
unforgivable. It's not okay.
Yeah, cause the routes to be completely changed is wild.
After 6 years of saying Crash 2 is the worst by a mile, it's now the best one by a mile. So here we are.
Well, that happens sometimes. You want to talk about hole skips real quick?
Yeah, so what Gaffey tried to do there is like, there's like a little like ledge kind of that allows you to kind of be on it, but if you stop, you're like, there are these weird like gaps you can skip with hob sliding that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't always work. It's like a spacing thing, and it's really hard to really tell if you're in the right spacing. There's going to be a few more of them like attempted throughout the run, I believe, and sometimes they just do not work, and then you get a little time loss. That's just how it goes.
Sometimes things don't work. The epitome of crash games.
Ain't that
Exactly. And with what Hammy said about the like scenery and stuff, you can do it on Crash 2 more than Crash 3 because those are the two with the super slide, as Gaffey called it.
The hog slide.
It's way more prominent or way more apparent in Crash 2, or way more spots where you can use it in Crash 2 than it is in Crash 3. Crash 3 is like more like straightforward how you get them, and Crash 2 has a lot of like tricky, cool spots and a lot of like cool little hole skips like you did and stuff like that that isn't really that much of a focus in 3. So that's an interesting difference between them.
Now, yeah, there are a few chase levels like that in this game, and each one you really just have to learn it. As with anything that you don't get to see ahead of you, it takes some time, but they really do start to feel like the most rewarding levels, at least for me. And you can pretty much maintain a hob through most of them. And you can even do it off of Ripperoo here, which this boss is the same every time. So although this is a masterpiece in platforming, it's a little bit of a snore in bosses.
Yeah, those chase levels are definitely. Those chase levels are definitely like hard to memorize. It does take a lot of practice. I've ran the OG and NST games, all 3 of them, and I still don't have a single one of those levels memorized.
You know what's crazy to me, actually? I've obviously run this game for a pretty significant amount of hours, and I play OG, and the chase levels just feel different. They're the same exact layout, but just the way the camera works and everything, like, no, I don't know this level at all.
Was it weird to get used to just like the complete graphic overhaul that is the Insane trilogy?
Oh, yeah. I'm glad that I kind of waited some time throughout life. I definitely was an early onboarder for this game, and this was actually my first speed game ever.
Yeah,
So
let's go.
Yeah, I got used to it fairly quick, but you definitely see it from people that were long-time original runners and stuff that this game is not as preferred. And it's mostly for control purposes.
Now it's the favorite.
Oh, I mean, it's obviously the best.
Nice. What got you interested in speedrunning this particular one?
Funnily enough, so way back when, we were all kind of trapped in our houses in 2020. A buddy of mine had started running Banjo-Kazooie. Shout out Schlongster, my OG.
Shout out.
And I was like, that looks like a lot of fun. And I thought, man, I'm too dumb to do a speed run. So I picked Crash 2 because I was like, all you have to do is hold forward, right?
In theory.
Yeah, in theory. So I do think it is a really good run to get into because you can see your improvement, and the community was really nice. So even though I just pretty much did a let's play with a timer, you have a lot of room to improve on from there, and it feels satisfying. And so you start off like an hour 30, and then it's like, whoa, first major goal's a sub hour. It's like, I actually know what these levels are. And then you start implementing hob slides and stuff. It's like, well, now I'm sub 50, and then each minute barrier from there just feels, so satisfying. And
oh yeah,
now that I've been de-rusting and stuff, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of miss it. Life has had me go on different directions, but you know, you never forget your first love.
Yeah, I appreciate you making the time to show it off for us, Gaffey.
Hey, it definitely wouldn't have happened without you, so thanks for inviting me.
Of course. Nice work. Where are we headed next?
Yeah, what do we got coming up? Oh, that's right. Our vehicle level, which thankfully we don't have too many in this game, but it's the lovable polar, which actually my emotes and stuff are styled off of.
Cute.
Hammy, do you know how the polar bear works?
I know it's pretty much like almost an auto scroller level, but you do have a boost that you hit. Is it square?
I press R1, but
I press R1 as well. Yeah,
Okay.
I have no clue what the normal
Circle?
button is.
I don't remember. I haven't
would
ran this
equate.
game. Yeah, I haven't ran this game in like years. I don't remember what all the buttons are.
Chat, what is jump? Tell us, please.
Jump is
R1.
It's
no,
like,
that's boost.
I'm kidding.
Is it
I'm kidding.
square?
Boop.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's R1 for boost and X for jump is what I use at least.
Oh, okay. But yeah, normally when you boost on polar, there's like a bit of a cooldown that you can't boost again. But if you jump at the end of the boost, you can pretty much boost as soon as you land again. So that's why Gaffey's doing all these jumps at the end of its boost and just allows him to get to the end very, very quickly.
One thing kind of funny from the original is in the original, the jump is the thing that is fast. But in this game, the boost is the thing that's fast. So you want to try and extend that boost for as long as possible, but you still want to get that jump before the cooldown hits. So it's kind of a fun little, just more skill sealing things.
So probably tough to go from the classic experience to the insane
definitely.
experience.
Now, that being said, he does control a lot better in this game. So if you're going for completion, there are 3 very legendary, very notorious boxes that are just so hard to hit on original. That's just kind of free in this game, and we're very thankful for that.
Shoutouts to 3 Nerf, Polar, and Crash 4.
Oh, yeah.
That was the worst vehicle they've ever made, I think.
It wasn't great.
No, but yeah, this game is also like I know a lot of people like think it's just like an HD like upgrade.
I gotta show the funny for the fans.
Oh yeah, do it.
All right.
Oh, there we go. Good job.
Hey, nice.
That was an intentional death. This is the first secret exit. Ooh,
secrets.
For some reason, you can just jump on that mine.
And then, that is
jump
a thing.
off of. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is a thing. But yeah, this game, a lot of people think it's just like a graphic overhaul, but actually, like it was completely like built fresh. So nothing is. It may look similar to the OG games, but it is like playing a completely different game.
Pretty much the only thing that's the exact same is like the level layout.
Yeah.
Everything from the movement to the physics is all going to be different.
There's a little part of me that smiles. Way back when, I mean, shoot, over 4 years ago now, anytime I get a triple box hob, the first experience I ever had with our own Murcaz here was him helping out a newer C3 runner, Nason, Australian, doesn't run the games anymore. But yeah, so if I ever get a triple box hob, I always think of you, Merc.
Aw, that's sweet.
Let's go. I love triple box hobs. I don't even remember when they were like invented or used, but basically like you slide into the lower box and start a hob slide, like a slide spin jump, and the top box knocks you down to the ground instead of like having to be on a slanted ground. So that's a way you can get it on flat ground like that. And it is very timing heavy, so it's not that easy to do. So Gaffey is actually doing the movement really well here.
Thank you.
The ice levels especially are always so tricky. Well done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Too much slip and slide action.
People love ice physics.
Ice physics is not the greatest thing about this game. I think everyone can
Crash has
agree.
words for you.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, this is the first level where triple mask really matters. Which yeah, I'll focus up.
I love getting hobs on these little half pipes.
So
It's actually a
because
really
there's just
cool level design.
so much stuff in here, like you don't want to have to stop all the time. You don't have to watch about fan blades. So if you get just triple mask, you can just hob slide throughout all of it. Which yeah, the camera kind of struggles to keep up. It's awesome.
This is one of those like scenarios where triple mask just saves so much time, so it's actually worth it over the animation. And same like having these 2 mask hairs. I don't know if you're going to damage abuse.
I do a
Gaffey?
single abuse
Okay.
because I'm scared of the spiky boys at the end. Their hitbox don't make any sense. I didn't.
This
Okay.
level is
So-
tough. Nice.
So I don't
I
remember.
get it on the big stage. All right.
Gaffey, you have it.
Now you're on the stage.
Thank you. See, this is why I keep you guys around.
That has happened to me more times than I would like to admit.
FreeTimeLoss.com. All right.
All right. So right there, Gaffey does have to wait like a second before going over to the portal because if you move too quickly, you can get stuck like behind like the I guess a load zone, and you pretty much soft lock there, and you have to exit and re-enter the game.
Which I don't have autosave on, so then you got to save, load it again. It's no fun.
It also resets when you go into another level. Like, I think you can go down and into another level, like down to like warp 6. But I don't know if I remember that correctly. But regardless, yes, if you enter a boss portal too fast, it will just like soft lock you from entering it. But this boss fight is the only one where you exit a level that is right next to it. At the end of the warp, so this one is the only one where you actually like have to consciously wait before entering. But also, you don't want to wait too long. It's just like half a second or something. But
Delicate balance.
I have accidentally gone into that boss portal too fast so many times. So now I'm just like, I don't mess with it most of the time.
that is the biggest new runner offender of Crash 2. It's like, oh yeah, I can't wait to learn Crash 2 like 2 days later. It's just like, I got into this portal twice and it doesn't work. Like, what am I doing wrong?
Punished for being too fast.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's a thing.
It's okay. Just quick
Can we
little
blame
swim.
Pill?
Sure, who's that?
It's something that only has a couple niche things around here, but became a big like joke in the community because Crash does have a pill-sized hitbox instead of like a square, like a lot of games. So it'll make it where your feet kind of slide off a platform sometimes, and other goofy things. Which we do have one really funny use case coming up later.
Ooh,
You know,
okay.
stay tuned.
You will like land and then fall off because you're like on the edge, and it's just really weird.
Okay, realistically, it was a skill issue, but I like to have my Johns. Yeah, this is another level where you can see a timer in the bottom right. This is to get the secret gem, which, annoyingly put in our way. So we'll have to try and avoid that.
How dare they?
But it's a yellow gem. It opens up the secret path somewhere else.
Oh, how did you know?
I think there are.
Me who only runs completion.
I think there are 3 gems throughout the run that you want to skip. Like, you get offered 3 gems, like, right in your path, basically, and you want to skip all of them because it's just like a 7-second time loss or something like that.
All right. This is my favorite level. I'm going to go for something really dumb just for you guys.
Oh, second hole skip?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yep.
A third hole skip.
Raid boss.
So you see smart use of hole skips, and then this fence, which doesn't line up with your spacing at all. Or you're trying again. That's bold.
I have
Bold move.
Sony's good spot. Oh! I also dropped it. Oh, you guys. That's all right.
I think I saw you falling for like just a little bit.
Yep. The pill take away and the pill giveth.
It certainly does.
Kind of just scared you a little bit there. It was like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah, not to
don't
make my
attempt
heart
that
drop.
again. Yeah. I hope we see more as a presentation of
Yeah, that's my bad.
of completion crash runs in GDQ events and hotfixes, because those are massively underrepresented and really cool.
I mean, Potty's killing it.
No, but in events, right? Like, if he got 105 in or something like that, that would be cool. But just having like some full completion, because it is cool categories, you know.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to completion. I never really gave this game too much completion love as far as runs go. But it's something that I've always said, yeah, I should really go back and do that. But
then you never
other
do.
projects, and yeah, eventually something just has its last attempt, you know?
Yeah.
I think Hundo in this game is really good. It's like an hour and 20, and you know, still has a lot of like the movement aspect of it, and breaking boxes is just fun. We like breaking stuff, you know.
Yeah, Hundo in this game is pretty cool, except for Cold Hard Crash.
True.
No, it's fine. It's a skill issue.
All right, I take it back.
Yes,
Hundo is not cool anymore. Never mind.
Just do 102.
So, Road to Ruin. This is one of the levels where the game actually changes your like diagonals or how much you move by using your diagonals. So, like, if you play on D-pad, you will notice that in this level it's a lot harder to like make Crash like on analog. I mean, it's way harder to make him like move the way you want to, because they've made it harder for you to like stare off these like narrow platforms that you're on. So that might trip you up sometimes, and in general you don't have a lot of space to go in, so it's a very hard level.
I feel very validated now that you've said that. Thank you. I always thought
Like,
this
why
level
am I
was
so
weird.
bad at these levels?
Yeah.
So I
'cause
I have my two hot takes in this game, and just how I play it with my hands. I don't touch the D-pad at all, and I also do slide spins with R1 and circle, but then I chain my hob slides with circle square.
Hey,
That is so weird.
Oh.
you've got a system and it
Yeah.
works for you.
I thought it just seemed normal, and then anyone I ever talked to that also played this game was like, "Whoa, no, you're weird." Well, maybe.
Respectfully, of course, yes.
Yeah, respectfully.
I don't really think there's a big merit in D-pad in Crash 2.
A lot of people like them for
Like-
like Ruination and stuff like that, just since it's 2D style.
Yeah.
But I try, and whatever reason, it just ooh.
But
I turn to
having
my dad
different
playing
buttons,
Call of Duty. I'm looking at the floor like nothing makes sense.
having different buttons for starting a hob slide and like chaining a hob
Yeah.
slide is an interesting and respectfully weird thing to do. You know?
But yeah, there's another level of triple mass. Sometimes they go so fast you can't even talk about it.
I think the sewer levels are my favorite in Crash 2.
Oh, they're so good. Yeah, especially when
Yeah,
you start
they're
actually pressing for like good cycles and stuff like that. It feels really satisfying. But okay, coming up next, we have another polar bear level.
Yay! We love polar bears. They're so cute.
Do you know what the polar bear's name is?
Actually, I don't remember.
It's really creative. In case anybody forgot, it's polar.
Of course it is. It's perfect.
Because, yeah.
Because why not?
And these levels are really just like kind of straightforward. You just want to hold boost and then jump at the end and avoid
Don't
everything
hit
that
things, yeah.
is in your way. Yeah.
Learn the cycles of those ice pillars. That's kind of a big one.
There's one tricky one where you think they're gonna move and they don't move.
Yeah.
It gets me so many times.
I know exactly which one you're talking about. It's like more of a proximity thing than it is a global cycle like everything else.
Good job. That was an impressive one.
Thank you.
You did
Didn't
kind of
even
zoom
die.
through that. I think I have like 40 seconds of time saving that level in my run.
There's no way. In an any fashion?
Yeah.
Murcaz.
All right, guess you got to come back. Gotta start running the game again.
But man, we're already on our third boss, Tiny Tiger.
Yeah, cruising. So what's the deal with
So-
Tiny?
He's a big bully.
Yeah, he sucks and he doesn't work. No, so he jumps on these platforms, and after I think 3 jumps, he turns one of them red, and that's the one that's gonna fall, and you have to bait him on that platform. Sometimes though, he decides he does not want to go on that platform. He jumps over straight on you, or skips a platform, or like just turns. He can do a lot of weird stuff that no one knows the reasoning as to why he does it.
And it is a run killer. Yeah.
Yes. Even when
we
you
got
expect
lucky.
it.
So the last one, you only get 1 jump, and then it'll pick any of the 9 squares. So you try and make it so you go to the center as your second one, so that way you can adjust and go to any other square. Well, sometimes it likes to pick the middle square, which means, oh boy, now you got to start running Tiny around. Never fun.
So, I actually want to ask, since we have the gracious like GDQ community around us, if any like people who like finding glitches in speedrun, there is an insta-kill in that boss fight where you jump on the lower left platform, I think, and then sometimes he just dies and loses all of his lives. There are some people in our community that has found semi-ish, not really run viable methods of doing that, but it has not yet been done in a PB as far as I know, and it's it's very experimented with, but not viable. So we would love to have that viable. So if someone want to come and save us like 50 seconds, consistently, please feel free to do so. That would be great.
Oh,
Watching
hey.
did that in the tournament race against me that we did a few months ago.
I remember that.
Wait, Tiny? The Tiny insta-kill?
Yeah.
Yeah, clutching
GG.
one of the best runners in the game
Just to
versus
flex?
me, who's not great at this game. And he did the tiny glitch.
I remember his reaction to that because I was watching. So yeah, in these bee levels, there are these beehives where Gaffey can jump on them and get hob sites on them, and there is like a mud where you can dive into if you press square on them, and that makes it really dangerous to do a double slide because you buffer your spin. So if you fail your double slide, you're almost guaranteed to go into the ground.
Which is exactly
So-
what happened. It was very cool.
Yeah.
It's funny though, so like these hives all look the same, but I swear each of them has a custom unique hitbox, because some of them you hob slide off of very easily, and then some it just doesn't happen.
It's a spacing and like on the side of them kind of thing, and on mud they are basically almost guaranteed. They're really easy to do if they're on the mud.
The B level is tough. Is there 2 B levels, or are there 2 B
Yeah,
levels?
there
Okay,
are.
yeah.
Yes.
We got
Yeah.
another one coming. Ooh.
There we got the second and the last ruin level.
Thank
This
goodness.
is also well known for being very difficult. Oh,
That's
Yeah,
Pill.
that monkey raid boss.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's the hardest part of the level.
you named the monkey?
Actually, I don't know if anyone has yet. I think we can set the precedent right now.
Gaffey, you gotta tell us what's the monkey called?
I mean,
Think
it's
about
gotta
it.
be Tippy now.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll be the clown. I'll be the monkey. I take on this responsibility. You're gonna think about me every time you get there now.
you should be proud. You've ended so many runs.
Yeah, if I step on your little tippy toe, you're gonna know.
Ooh.
That's a
So
problem.
Oh,
one
that
thing
was
Gaffey wants to do. One thing Gaffey wants to do coming out of this level is come out with two masks, because there's one level coming up where he wants to get triple mask in to avoid all the hangrail sections.
was
So it's very important he didn't die there on tilted towers, as we
Yeah,
call
we
it.
call those tilted towers because your depth
Tilted
perception is just like non-existent. And there's no marker like Crash 4 has that says, hey, you're standing over this. So it's killed me so many times. Especially when you're trying to go like real fast, try and get that good cycle. Oh, but yay, we have 2 masks. Hooray.
Yay. Gaffey, we have a question coming in from chat. They want
Yeah.
to know what is your favorite boss to go up against in the entirety of the Crash series?
Ooh, none from this game.
Okay, none.
Probably Crash 4's engine is really cool.
I'm trying to remember how that fight goes. That game was very tough.
Or Rocket Head.
Okay.
It's like a big old rock concert, and mix of as best as you can do for a platformer boss fight is like jump over things, duck over things, or under things.
What about you, chat? Do you have any favorites? I like, I think it's Dingo Dial. Is that the ice one?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
I was going to say Dingle Dow from Crash 3 also.
Yeah,
The one where
it's
you don't do anything, like you
Yes.
just jump over.
You just jump over the crystals.
Yup. It's short and sweet.
That feels like such like an oversight, like originally, you know, like it's just like, oh yeah, here you have these boss mechanics and you literally just jump over.
It's like, we're going to teach you how walls work.
So yeah, you guys just saw me not have to take the monkey bars of shame, which is what I dubbed them, because if you don't get triple mass there, it's so slow to
Nice.
and you can't just hob slide across the lava the entire time.
A little bit of a reminiscence, I guess. If you've ever played like the Wrath of Cortex, like the PS2 game,
It's twalk
that is that
The
is
real
some
Crash 4?
yeah, exactly. that is some bad hangrails. Like those hangrails move at the like snail speed, and everything you can do to avoid those is worth it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, guys, it's Twalktober.
Oh, it
It's
is October.
October.
I didn't even do it. I didn't do a single roll.
abstain.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
So it used to be. I don't really know the story. It's just, you know, people call October different things, and it ended up being Twalktober, which is the Wrath of Cortex, and it was a month where people just played this game a lot.
Oh.
It's not a bad game.
I don't know how to describe it, because it's like enjoyably awful.
Yeah.
Like the game isn't good, but it's weirdly enjoyable to play to full completion. Like it's a very chill time.
You know, it's actually really funny because this game came out on Halloween in 1997.
What?
Oh, did it?
I didn't even know
facts.
that.
Yeah,
didn't
fun
know that.
facts. So I guess they had a vision and they went for it on Halloween. Very cool.
So I want to pat myself on the back because this is like my second favorite level, and getting that triple mask and actually going across the snake winding road with hob slides is pretty precise. So to actually hit it, I'm like, oh, I still got it, baby.
Yo, let's go, Gaffey.
As I said, your movement is looking really good. Like, and like you've gotten a lot of like the masks you want and / like damage abuses you want and stuff. Like this run so far has been looking really good.
Yeah, maybe I should have had
Full
a
skips
load
right
remove
there?
timer on, but oh well.
We can always
43 can wait for
retime it, you
tomorrow.
know.
Are you timing
Oh,
yourself?
that too. Nah.
Okay, that's for the best.
Yeah. I get a red splititis. It scares me.
I do too.
You just never have splits, and then you're never red, or always compare against like some of worst, and then you're never red. You know.
Oh. So I don't tell a lot of people
here-
this, but you know what? Yeah, you go ahead first.
Oh, I was just saying you skipped the mask because that is a mask that wouldn't really do anything. Like just to point an example.
But yeah, while we were talking about Twalk, this is kind of one of the reasons I picked this game to be my first speed game. Was back in the day, I didn't have a memory card for my GameCube, And when I was like bored in the summer or whatever, I would boot up Twalk and try and beat that for the day or something. And so I played a lot of Twalk. Oh gosh.
Did you ever play it with friends or family?
My sisters, you know, we passed the controller.
Oh yeah, nice. That's cool. Does your family know that you speedrun, Gaffey? And
No.
if so, what? Oh, okay. I was like, if so, what did they think about it? But I guess they're never gonna know.
I don't know why. It I mean, Twitch and stuff in general kind of became my like safe haven area. So I was like, you know what? Maybe one day, but for now, it's just kind of my space.
Oh yeah, that's understandable.
So normally Gaffey would have triple mask here, but since you lost that,
Porcupine had another idea.
Yeah, so you see him avoid the gem there, and he got through it with only one mask lost, and that is really good. So it didn't actually lose that much time. But that is usually like a horror show if you don't have triple mask. That is not a very enjoyable place.
I actually, without a mask, I don't think it's possible to get through that. I can get by with one, but 0, nah.
It is possible. It's just very, very hard. It almost feels like luck because of that one section where you lost a mask.
Do you have a mask going into like most levels?
It actually follows you from your previous levels, so the level routing is intentional in that design.
Okay.
So we can go into certain levels with more masks.
Nice.
Although there are levels that will take your masks.
Yep,
Like
that is true.
most of the chase levels will take your masks, except for the last one, where there is a mask in a bonus section, so that they allow you to take masks in there. That's the outlier.
Oh.
I think most of the vehicle levels in Crash Stream, not most, the motorcycle and the plane also does that. I don't think there are any other levels in Crash 2 that does it though. Some bosses. Does any bosses take it away? No. Oh, sad.
Cortex maybe?
Oh, the new thing?
I don't know, just in general, taking away your mask.
Oh, taking away. Yeah, Cortex takes away your mask. So yeah, there are like routing things that you have to like take out because like you can't do these levels because you need this one mask there, right? Stuff like that. I think there are a few options in Crash 2 where like, oh, if you lose this mask, you can technically do another option. That's not too bad, but the routing is so optimized in all of the games now that you don't really have much of an like most of your masks are assigned to like a specific damage abuse or a specific like triple mask, and if you unintentionally lose one, then you are gonna lose time.
You have to adapt.
So remember that thing we teased earlier? The funny thing about the pill? Well, here's actually where it makes, because we used to damage abuse to keep a mask, but now you stand in one particular section, and man, it looks like we're getting shot by a laser, don't it? Pill says no.
It looks like Crash's.
So then we save the mask. Oh yeah, he's got mad traps. Putting in the work today.
Nice, yeah, and you get to keep it now.
Yep, and now I get to keep the mask, which Warp 5, we're going into our final set of levels, is very tight on masks and very essential to have them.
All right, you got this.
All right,
and I think most people probably recognize 2 of these levels in this warp as like probably one of like some of the hardest like platforming levels around. I would say like the space levels, they have some awful hitboxes on some of the
squid
enemies.
Yeah,
oh my god, the squids.
They have some questionable hitboxes. There are some really funny clips from janks of this game, so if you're ever interested in that, you should look that up because there are some hilarious things happening in Crash games.
So this level used to be kind of challenging, especially in completion, since if you lose this Firefly, you just can't see. especially you're playing on a CRT, there is no chance. This game, you can see perfectly fine. So luckily we go fast enough, it's not a concern anyway in an any percent run. But if you do decide to play on completion, just play on a monitor and you don't have to worry about it.
Easy peasy.
But yeah, so that makes this level kind of easy, and we get to get a mask, so that way we can go into those difficult sections, getting triple mask and having a little bit of leeway. Now,
And yeah, this is a gimmick that they've done in one variation or another in all three of the mainline games, including some of the later like spin-offs like PS2 GBA games and stuff like that, like having either a mask or a firefly that lights up the level for you.
ooh, all right, this is a hard cycle to hit. It's so rewarding though.
All right, you can do it. I believe in you.
I don't, but thank you.
But yeah, one of my like favorite details I remember hearing about like level design for this game is that they want to give you like a 3D-ish like design, but they want to take away like at least one of your senses in like each of the levels. So with like the night level, they want to take away your vision. Chase levels, taking away your vision, or like they'll put the camera at like a different angle just so you can't see as well. They'll take away some time. That's also like a sense of time, so some urgency in the chase level as well. So I just really like the philosophy behind some of the level design in the original
Yeah,
trilogy.
for sure.
I never really thought about it like that. Cool.
Now, that was honestly one of the best attempts I've ever done at that triple mask, which made it really funny for it to be the worst follow-up after the triple mask. But I was so excited to get the good triple mask. So I think we take those.
It's a little fun fact for that the casual players might not know about in this level. You know, when you stand on these arrows and those balls come down on you, you can spin those.
Oh yeah, that
And
will
they-
alleviate
they
a lot
will-
of pain.
And they will not hit you. I am sure a lot of people did not know that you could spin those, because I did not when I
did
when
not
I
either.
first played it. Was shocked when I saw it.
Doo-doo-doo. Now we're going to our first jetpack level, because this one also has another mask for us. And yeah, my thought is at least it's not the jet ski.
Actually, I agree with you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
At least it's like a pleasant floating, you know?
Yeah.
All right, question for y'all: do you guys invert your controls for the jetpacks?
Oh,
No.
heavens, no.
I feel like I'm one of the only people that invert their controls for this.
So former world record holder Chambers used to do inverted, which it doesn't save that. I don't know what I was thinking. It doesn't save that. So every beginning of his run, he just had to menu and turn on inverted controls. And eventually, after I can't imagine how many hours, he's like, you know what? I'm tired of losing these 2.3 seconds. I'm just going to learn it the non-inverted way. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Oh, wow. That must be tough to do, because I am pretty sure I play inverted for these like kind of flying sections too. So having to do that on the fly would be weird. Switch.
Very weird.
Oh, there we go in chat. Lexi inverts.
We got a couple.
Ooh, all right. One mask going into the hardest level of the game. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. You got this.
I think we're gonna take it a little safer. A little
Dude,
bit.
your analog is so bad even when not hop sliding, it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, this is unfortunate. There's a very weird like damage abuse where I feel like the damage abuse lasts so much longer in that section than any other.
Yeah,
like,
it's specifically the shocks, because if you get squished, it's about half as long.
Yeah, so the damage, like how long you have immunity after a damage depends on how you take damage, which is, I don't know if that's normal, but that doesn't sound very normal.
It doesn't make any sense. But we take it. Thank you, Tangway. There we go. If you don't get the double slide, it's a little weird.
Yeah, I always find it funny how like on those guys with like the big orange ring that you slide into, that even if you hit them on the ring, as long as you're sliding, you'll kill them.
Yeah, even on the top.
You don't need to like it. The way the design looks, it makes it look like you need to hit their feet, but as long as you're sliding.
Nicely done, Gaffey.
Thank you.
Good job. So something that's worth noting with like the double slides is like if you do a double slide and you fail it, like it's a risk reward thing. It's really good and you can set up level to look like smoothly and save so much time with double slides. Then if you just mess up one, your entire spacing, like everything is just off. Like there's so much risk to that, and it's very easy to mess up like once or twice during a level where you do like 10. Like it's really easy to not have it perfectly, and it's kind of hard to reel back in when your spacing is all off. Because this game is a lot about spacing and stuff too.
Very much.
More than people realize, I think.
All right, so this level's nice. I take this 1 damage abuse, which is why I very much wanted to leave with a mask. And then I can just hold X the entire level.
Oh, nice.
You know, assuming I don't mess up, which, it happens.
Yeah, no big deal.
Also, Gaffey wants to do everything in his power to not like miss that crystal and have to turn back, because once you start turning on the jetpack, there's no going back. Like
I
that.
don't
This vehicle doesn't work very well.
It's really weird. Like, how much time do you think it would waste to like kind of do a little U-turn?
Oh man, 30 seconds.
No, it would be like
okay.
it would be like 3 to 5, depending on how like, because it kind of lags behind trying to turn back again, and it's like controls like turn around, and it's just janky. It's
But
really
okay,
janky.
final level.
All right,
Yeah.
we
Here
did
we
the 2
go.
jetpacks. We're done with the jetpacks, right?
Oh,
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Right?
a very climactic final boss. Couldn't be me. But yeah, so there's some new thing which I clearly didn't practice well enough, but you can actually early control the jetpack and get ahead of Cortex at the beginning.
Oh my
That's a
gosh.
newer thing since I've started running this game again. So that was yeah. There we go. Yeah. One more hit.
And it's done by holding space when you go in. Okay, we're closing in on time here.
I don't know this cycle. Wish me luck.
You got this.
Oh.
All right. Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey.
And, time.
GG.
Oh, GG.
I'm glad I got to
Good
go
job.
custom with it.
Look at Cortex getting out of here, mister. Good job, Gaffey.
Yay, we did it. Actually, I'm very happy with that run. I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Absolutely. It looks like
That was very good.
It looks like we got in with a time of 50:49. What do you think?
Let's go. Oh
Very good
man,
job.
underestimate, and that's always important.
So what happens to Cortex? I don't remember. He just like
Well,
Lost in
what about
space?
the Cortex Vortex? You know, it's still up there. That is an adventure for
starts
next
talking
time.
with- Yeah, exactly.
another
Cringe
time.
Bandicoot 3 Warped.
Well, thank you so much, Gaffey, for showing this game off. Do you want to do any shout outs or comments before we head over to the break?
Yeah, absolutely, and appreciate it. So first off, Thank everybody for being here. This was my first time ever actually being part of a GDQ thing. So I went to my
Yay.
first event last January, and so it's kind of been a big thing that I was hoping to be a little more involved with, and being able to do my first speed game, which I'm a little rusty with, was so enjoyable. If you like me, or Hollow Knight is like the big thing that I run nowadays. I started Astrobot recently. Check me out on Twitch. I'm actually doing a big, and I'm very proud of it, hopefully it's finished soon, but a world record progression and kind of trick showcase thing for Astrobot. So they'll be releasing on YouTube soon. And give some love to my commentators. They're both so awesome, and I love them. And thank you guys for being here today.
Thank you for having us. I always enjoy just a chance to have some banter with my friends, you know?
Yes, well,
Yeah,
thank you.
And thank you, Tippy,
inviting me.
for everything. And congrats on 5 years of this awesome show.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Gosh. Well, listen, y'all, before we head over to the next game, make sure you follow GaffeyTaffy here on Twitch, as well as HammerHeadLabs and Murcaz. I'm sure you could find them around the neighborhood if you hit that follow button. But before we break, I do want to give a big shout out to all of our amazing supporters, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered here on the GDQ Twitch channel help support the Games Done Quick Hotfix. So if you do enjoy watching shows in our Hotfix lineup, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can learn more